news as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. Southern satrap CM MK Stalin has met with Prime Minister Modi today. He is in the national capital for a short trip where he met President Draupadi Murmu and Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar as well, apart from meeting the Prime Minister. MK Stalin put forth several contentious issues that his government has been rallying for, and this includes NEET exemption, the new education policy, the Mekadatu Dam project, among a slew of other things.
Now, in fact, this was a major meeting between the Chief Minister and the Prime Minister. Earlier, in fact, twice the Prime Minister has come to Tamil Nadu and the Chief Minister met him during the meeting. So, in fact, in those two meetings also, in fact, the first meeting, the Chief Minister had put forward various demands pertaining to Tamil Nadu, and second meeting was during the World Chess Olympiad. And subsequently, this is the third meeting that comes twice in 3 months. Now, we need to understand that yesterday, before going to Delhi, before meeting the Prime Minister, there were certain statements made by the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, MK Stalin, before leaving, and he said categorically stating that he is holding two positions in Tamil Nadu. One is the DMK chief, and second is the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. And he said that he is not going to Delhi to fold his hands and shut his mouth and carry a cup. In fact, and not hear the orders. And he said he is a son of Kalinga Karnanidhi, and he said that he will, in fact, they will extend the hands of friendship and will speak up for the rights. These are the kinds of statements he made. And categorically, he also said that there is a relationship between the state and the center and not DMK and BJP. And DMK and MK Stalin will never compromise with the ideologies of DMK. This was the statement that was made yesterday. And now we could see that today, in fact, it was a 20-minute long meeting with the Prime Minister. Chief Minister MK Stalin had met and he had raised several issues pertaining to Tamil Nadu, which was essentially the Kaveri issue, the Meghalaya issue, the NEET exemption from the NEET exam.
Let's bring in more perspective here. A. Saravanan, spokesperson of the DMK, is joining us here on the broadcast. Thank you very much, Mr. Saravanan, for speaking to us. If you can first help us understand what exactly, was on the agenda, was to be discussed with the Prime Minister.
See, the first and foremost is to thank the Prime Minister for the successful conduct of the Chess Olympiad, which took place in Chennai. Which was organized in a very wonderful way, and it has caught the attention of all the players who were there. It is almost more than 90 countries have sent their representatives. And to thank the Prime Minister for gracing the occasion on the inauguration ceremony and extending all the other support. So that is the main thing. And of course, there are always a set of demands. We have given the union government ever since we have come to power since 2021. First and foremost would be NEET. We want an exemption from NEET. The Tamil Nadu Assembly has passed a law, and the governor has also given an assent to it and sent it to the president. Now it is waiting for the assent of the president. The chief minister has impressed upon the prime minister to expedite that, and the funds which are due to our state. Still, we haven't got some of them. So that also is on the agenda. And various other things, national education policy, which we have been opposing. And we are saying that we will have an education policy which caters to the state of Tamil Nadu, which makes a lot of sense. As the GER, that is the gross enrollment ratio of the state of Tamil Nadu, is almost around 51%, which is double the national average. And we also want to have discussion, and we don't want to have this new Electricity Amendment Act, which takes away the power of the state governments. So these are the broad things, the main things which the chief minister impressed upon the prime minister. And we have this perennial dispute with the Karnataka government over the Meghalaya, and that is also probably discussed with the Prime Minister.
Right. Mr. Saravanan, like you pointed out, the issue with NEET, with even, the new education policy, as well as CUET as well, if I'm not wrong, that Tamil Nadu has an issue with. What is it that is expected here in terms of all these three aspects?
Yeah, see, when it comes to NEET, only if the president assents to the bill, it becomes a law, and the state of Tamil Nadu will be exempted from NEET examinations, the Constitution 256, they are very, very clear that it requires the assent, and the president acts on the aid and advice of the cabinet. So on that score, the chief minister has met the prime minister. And when we speak about the electricity amendment bill, it completely takes away all the right of the state government. It says the state governments need not, the union government does not need the consent of the state government to take the electricity that is manufactured from the concerned state government. So these are the things which we expect. And we are a state which manufactures electricity, and we have a lot of concerns over how this electricity is spent. So that will be a draconian power with the union government, which will affect the smooth functioning of the state governments. It's like more or less asserting the rights of the state governments, asserting the right of the state.
Right. Mr. Saranan, just before this visit, MK Stalin said that the DMK will not make even the slightest ideological compromise, as there is no relationship between the two parties with respect to the BJP. This has been viewed by some as a very aggressive stand, especially when we're talking about a relationship of a center and state where it cannot under any circumstances be termed as no relationship altogether.
Yeah, I think the chief minister made it very, very clear. He said that when it comes to the relationship between the state and the union governments, it will always be cordial. There are set protocols on how to go about that. And we saw that in display when the prime minister visited the inauguration of the Chess Olympiad. He was given a red carpet welcome. That doesn't mean that we say we are an S-master. We don't shake our heads to everything what the prime minister says or what the BJP says, like the previous regime. That is what the chief minister wanted to underscore. And of course, we are opposed to the ideology of the RSS and the BJP. And that was the precise point the chief minister made, that there won't be any compromise on those ideologies. And only because those ideologies are there, these demands are being made. When we speak of NEET, we say that NEET is against social justice. It is against the principle of access to education to everybody. The broad spectrum, the broad aspect of the Dravidian ideology is that everything for everybody. NEET puts a full stop to that. It gives privilege only to the very few who can afford a coaching class or who has got the wherewithal to attend coaching classes and pass NEET examinations. It totally discounts the rural population. This is one thing. So a lot of things, whatever the BJP is doing, the new education policy. The new education policy is just a reflection of the RSS ideology. And that is one of the important reasons why Tamil Nadu government is opposed to the new education policy. They are bringing back the systems and notions of education which has been dispensed with for the last almost 50 years. We are turning a new leaf, but the BJP wants to take us 100 years back. That is what the NEP will achieve. And that is why we oppose it. And that is the reason. See, and of course, when a lot of people are there who are not able to understand the distinction between the union relationship between the state government and the union government and the ideologies of the DMK and the RSS. And that is the reason why our leader, the chief minister, Mr. MK Stalin, gave that explanation. It isn't aggressive. If that is viewed as aggressive, that is their problem. That is what we are. We stand for our ideologies. We are here 70 years. We are able to rule the state of Tamil Nadu, both the ADMK and DMK. That is because our steadfast belief in the ideology.
All right, Mr. Saravanan, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us with your perspective.
Thank you so much.
Well, on that note, it's time to slip into a very quick break, but we'll be back on the other side with the latest twist in the conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar case.